glad you brought that up because I
That's
did
funny.
want to ask another question, and I know that we're probably going to have to wrap this up
Okay.
because I want to be respectful of your time. I really thank you for this
Absolutely.
conversation. The catalyst that music and musicians provide for healing and transformation. How do you envision this role now and maybe futuristically?
Repeat it.
Anybody
Repeat it one
wanna
more
start?
time.
Go ahead.
How do you envision music and musicians, right, serving as a catalyst for community engagement, for healing, and for transformation?
I think just reaching out and offering to be available for community events and for things. I'm social media is a big outlet too. You know, a lot of us are now posting our stuff, or we have YouTube pages,
Yeah.
and people can tap in. We set it for public so that anybody can come on and see if they're looking for uplifting music. You know, put those tags in your social media descriptions so that people will find you. And yeah, I just think now more than ever, the world needs what we have to offer. And I notice a lot of times when I'm doing either message and music or just the music, less and less now am I doing songs for the solo spots that are all me. As much as possible in all the music spots, I want everybody singing with me. I want it to be a group thing. And even if it's not the whole song, you know the chorus, I've already sung it twice, come on in. So that it is a group experience. And I think music is the magic connector. It's the one thing that that everybody can agree on and that everybody loves, no matter what, where you come from, who you are, what your political views are. Everybody loves music in some form or another. It's the great connector. And when you sing, you pray twice, is how it goes, right? And so for us as musicians, we've already been doing this gig for quite some time, and so it's natural now for us to just go where people need us and be available at the community events. Karen Taylor Good, when I was at Asilomar that year, was it 2010? She would just volunteer to go into other people's workshops. Hey, you need some musical support in your workshop? Come on. Oh, sure. She's like, well, I don't mind. I'll just come and bring my piano right now. And she just showed up and just was there to support other people, helping, well, hey, I hear what you just said, whoever the workshop person is. Now, how about if we sing this, blah, 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 blah. And she just made it a collaborative thing. And I think just offering ourselves up and making ourselves available and showing up is 9/10 of the gig, and then allowing whatever's going to channel, you're going to be divinely appointed to wherever. If you put that out there, I want to be a messenger. I want to be a connector. And when you put that energy out there, use me. Ricky Byers, use me.
Use me.
Oh Lord, I want you to put me where I need to be. And that's part of my daily prayer practice every day. Is just I release all of it, whatever on a physical, cellular level, I release it all. Mental level, spiritual level, I release it all so that spirit can fill me and guide me and show me where I'm supposed to be and be ready to show up. And then when you show up, do your thing and connect people.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts, Penelope?
I think the word resilience is on my heart because I think that's what music brings, and that's what our communities need is resilience and the skills to how does one be resilient. So we create that setting, that's conducive for feeling a sense of community and through joy, through upliftment.
Yeah.
And like you said, community singing, it's about connecting, getting out of our heads into our bodies. It's somatic. So much of our teaching, we think it's mental. It's a mental science, yes. However, the body, it's imperative that we allow ourselves to feel and know that those feelings are moving through us, but the energy can move really in a healthy way with the arts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can shift and
Great.
take it to a
Shift.
whole nother level.
Yeah.
Regarding your question about community engagement, healing, and transformation, to me, the starting point, of course, is tuning in, right? Listening, like, okay, what's seeking to be created, but then what comes out of that. I've been looking at kind of the old upbringing of religion and how we serve humanity. And, there's, like, if you look at the Christian tradition, it talks about those who take care of the poor, feed the hungry.
Being of service.
Being, right, looking for opportunities to serve. To me, You mentioned Marianne Williamson recently. I always like the way that she looks at what humanity is going through, and like if you bring in A Course in Miracles or what have you, and blend that, or in my case, I tune in and I hear there are no problems per se. There are opportunities for love, right? It's not like the world is broken. It's this wonderful illusion to serve and to give us opportunities for love. And then we tune in for what's ours to do. I feel like with music, ministry, our spiritual centers, it's just really tuning in for what that needs to look like. And then we start becoming of more service with what we're doing. I remember at SLCA, I believe, they were doing this homeless outreach and building I can't remember who the person was, but we were visiting one day and they're like, yeah, we're going to go build houses for the homeless, these little shanties. I'm like, sign me up.
Yeah, right.
That's the kind of thing. I think that when people are tuning in, you have these creative ways to engage the community. But then you're also creating opportunities for love and expression for the other members. And you're bringing in this wonderful music that just supports the whole thing. And creates the opportunities for transformation. Last thing I'll say is the folk who are looking for support in transforming, in healing, one, most of them will appreciate that music that supports it. But two, I think a lot of them are waiting on new expressions, new ways of like when we're tuning in, I don't think it's all going to be, hey, keep doing the same thing. I think there's going to be an evolution of what ministry looks like, even in New Thought, even in, the centers. But I think that expression is going to look like service. It's going to look like.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's where we have evolved to, the Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta, SLCA.
Bingo.
It's identified. It's already, the face of it has changed.
Yeah.
Not only the facade physically, but it is a service-oriented church.
Yeah,
now.
that's it.
And now it's going to look different, I'm sure, even more so
Yeah.
once we actualize some of that.
And then you have mission and purpose. And it's almost like when service is a key component with the right intention and the right view of it, where it's not like pity and all that stuff. When that's there, it's empowering people to love. Right? And it becomes this cohesive mission that has a lot more power than just coming to class every Sunday.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I think
it's more
that's
than
the
certification. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the new expression and the new birth
Which is
of
the
ministry.
old expression.
Which is the
Yeah.
old,
I
exactly.
was just
Right.
going to say
Exactly. Yeah.
that was always
back around.
there.
Yeah.
When I think about the church and the involvement in social justice and civil rights.
Excellent point.
You know,
Excellent
absolutely.
point. Yeah, that's it.
It's always been there.
Yeah.
But more attention, I think, has to be brought for each congregant
Yeah.
to understand that he or she is a part of that service link.
Yeah.
It's not just the edifice. It is, we have responsibility individually.
Boom. And I forgot to say, when people are coming to the centers, this is where they're going to start understanding the discipline, the practices, and the commitment it takes to really step into who we're here to be and tap into that power to serve, right? Because that's where I
To
learned
become
it.
more
So-
involved, become more physically and
So
actively
the next
involved.
40 years is not going to be the preceding 40 years. It's not
Yeah.
going to.
Sure.
Because some people are still like, well, no, I got my parking space and I got my castle. I'm good. And we're like, there's a lot of suffering out here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And let's get to it. Let's
Yeah.
get to work.
Well, I thank you all for such a wonderful, insightful conversation this afternoon, Harmonizing with Spirit. And I look forward to maybe having more of these opportunities where we can share. I am offering this affirmative prayer in the first person, and I invite all who will to accept these words as their own. This is what I know. I know there is an infinite, intelligent, divine presence that is the source of all creation, all that is seen and unseen. And this benevolent presence, being the Alpha and Omega, is, was, and always shall be, called by many names, the Ancient of Days, Adonai, Krishna, I am the Christ. It is omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. It is perfect, whole, and complete. This presence is the fount of pure love, light, abundance, harmony, and joy, and unity in the universe. It is great and faithful. So I call this Holy One God, and I know that my spirit is made in its likeness and in its image and nature. In oneness with God, I am connected with all creation and all life. I am equipped to live a life that is good and very good. And I affirm this is true for all humanity, and especially so for those who are listening to this prayer. So perfect health, joy, peace, and abundance is ours right now. Knowing who we are and whose we are, I recognize all is well in my journey and all is well in your journey. I am grateful for every life experience that has led me to this holy present moment. And so for all of these truths, I say, thank you, thank you, thank you, Mother God. Thank you, Father God. And I release these words into the law of mind and spirit to do their good and perfect work. And so it is.
The seasons and the showers, like lilacs when they flower, stars in the heavens when they shine, nature's so fine, divine, in sunshine and in shadow, a peace within abides, protected like a best friend through all time, and it's so sublime, divine. I know I am a part of creation all around, and it isn't very hard to see. The universe agrees with me. I'm grateful to be given the life that I am living, preparing a renewal of my heart and mind, always faithful, divine, in quiet meditation. A way is clear to hear the many revelations throughout all time, lights my pathway, divine, like Noah and the great flood, and the Hebrews walking safely through fire, Buddha under that great tree found his enlightened self to be. Grateful to be given what life that I am living, preparing a renewal of my heart and mind, always like winter flowers. Oh, stars in the heavens when they shine, nature's so fine, divine, protected like a best friend through all